wish somebody told me that before I started real estate. Hey, this is Cristina Ingram with Keller Realty, Las Vegas, and this is everything that I wish I knew prior to getting my real estate license. Number one, and this is by far, to me, the most important. So number one is, if you're leaving your job and you're looking to get into real estate, the first thing that I would do is say that you have anywhere at least 6 months, if you can do a year's worth of reserves before you make that leap. I wish I would have known, would have made my life a lot easier, less stressful, because when you think about it, you are not necessarily going to get paid like you do on your normal job. You're either getting paid bi-weekly, weekly, twice a month. However, with real estate, you got to kind of kill what you eat. You got to go out and hunt for the business. And then when you get the business, it takes time to find the house or sell the house. And at that point in time, after it closes successfully, then you get paid. Sometimes that could be 30 days. Sometimes that could be 120 days. It just depends. But having that 6 months to a year worth of reserves is going to save you a lot of frustration, heartache, and anxiety. So that is something that if I could turn back time, I would have definitely made sure that I had at least a year's worth. Secondly, now, you are an independent contractor, so you are going to not get paid like you normally would. So if you're coming from a W-2 job, you are going to have your taxes and all those deductions taken out of your check. When you are an independent contractor, you pretty much are keeping everything. So you're going to have to budget and save yourself at least 20 to 30% of each check to go towards the IRS. Otherwise, you could get into some issues. Had to set up several payment plans when I first got into real estate and having to do taxes a year later, because it's a double-edged sword being a self-employed. The next thing is, you don't just get your license and people come. So you're going to have to hustle. You're going to have to make this a job. You're going to have to show up 40 hours, 50 hours, however time in order to generate the business. So that means you might have to call people, knock on doors, talk to your friends and family, host seminars, do things that you normally wouldn't have to do in a normal 9-to-5 job. And that way you earn your paycheck. When you get your license, people don't just flock to you and say, "Ooh, you're a real estate agent, sell me a house," or "Let me sell your house." That's not how it works. You have to literally prove yourself, and you have to work very hard, because you're going to set up the groundwork for your business a month to 2 months to a year down the line, because you're setting up your business. You're always, what you're doing today, you'll see a return generally in 60 to 90 days. So you're always going to have to be doing something, so you always have a paycheck. Next, after you get your real estate license, you're going to have to decide which brokerage am I going to be with. You're going to want to interview each broker on what they can provide you, because regardless of what you hear, you're going to hear people who are saying keep all your money or go to the larger firms that take a little bit more. In all actuality, you never get to keep 100% of your money when you're talking about going to a brokerage. You have to pay that broker some money, whether it be a transaction fee, whether it be a split. I'm with Keller Williams. It's set up as a cap, so I'm capped at a certain amount each year, and then after I hit that amount, I keep the rest of my money. If I were to go to a 100% shop, they might have a $500 to $600 transaction fee, but that's ongoing for every transaction that you do. And a lot of times that ends up being more money than at the brokerage I'm at. So you're going to want to make sure that you understand your comp agreements with your broker, and you want to understand the value that that broker is giving you. So if they are taking some money for you, what are you getting in return for that? Are you getting any training? Are you getting copies? Are you getting a space to make your phone calls? Are you getting certain things? So these are things that you're going to want to make sure that when you're going to a brokerage that you are researching. You also want to research, are they in good financial standing? I've had some horror stories, myself included, being with smaller brokers or brokers who weren't on the up and up, who were using my commission for other things instead of paying me my commission. Even though we had an agreement, that commission is owned by the broker. That's the way the law's set up. So you need to understand that. So you need to have a good agreement with that broker, and you need to do some research and make sure that they pay their people on time. Just make sure that they're in good standings. So, because you don't want there to be an issue where they take your money, close up shop, and you have to go sue them because they own it. So you're going to have to sue them personally and incur the cost for that. So there's not really an organization that's going to protect you for that. So you just want to make sure that you do your due diligence when you're interviewing brokers, and make sure that you're researching and that you are with the right company. Again, you're going to want to make sure they align with your values and everything else, but that's a big one, making sure that you get paid and that they can pay you. Another good thing I wish I would have known prior is surrounding yourself with agents who know a lot more. Obviously, if you're just getting started in the business, you're going to want to find some seasoned agents that you could probably learn from, sit in with, so you can learn how to increase your craft and make it something that you're really good at. Partner up with people who are very smart in this industry and are doing a lot, and learn from them. Sometimes it might be a good idea too to join a team. So joining a team with someone who has successful systems that's already in place might be something that's very helpful for you. I've known people who started that way, and some have stayed on a team, some have gone off of the team and had very successful careers on their own as well. So there's that you can do as well. No two transactions are the same, even though they should be. You're going to be dealing with lots of different people. Each transaction, there's something different. And I have to say, every year I learn something new from every transaction, whether it be something that I didn't know that you couldn't do with real estate, or some legal loophole, or cloud on title or something, but I'm always learning something new from all these different transactions and the things that I do. Make sure you go to classes. When we're talking about learning something new, make sure you go to different classes. Make sure you mentor with someone, something. You're always going to learn something new in this business. I have been doing this a very long time. Every year I'm learning something new. I want to make sure I'm staying up to date on if there are any changes to regulations. Sometimes there's not a change and it's just something new. So you're going to want to make sure you stay very learning based in this business, because like I said, no true transactions are alike, because you do have people that are involved in the transaction. So you're dealing with lots of different people, lots of different personalities, and you're going to have to deal with people's behavioral styles as well. So you've got to know your own behavioral style, so you can also learn how you interact with other behavioral styles, because that will also help you be very successful in having a very long and successful real estate career. So you're going to want to make sure that you understand what we break it down. It's called a DISC profile. So you want to break it down with a DISC, understand what you are, how your personality type, so you can interact with those. So when we're talking about no two transactions are alike, that's usually it. You know, you've got people's different saving styles, their reaction styles to different information, and they're always going to be buying some different property. So you have that as well. So there's a few different options, but you're going to want to make sure that you have reserves, you stay consistent, you make this like a job, you understand how the pay system works when you are an independent contractor. You're going to want to stay learning based. You want to surround yourself with people who are far more intelligent than yourself. So looking for not being the most intelligent person in the room is something that you should probably strive for in the real estate industry, so you can always keep learning as well. Well, there you go. Those are my most important things that if you're looking to get into the real estate industry and want to have a real estate career, those are the important things that I think that you should know. So I will talk to you guys next week. And if you happen to like our videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you can be notified any of our videos coming up. Talk to you guys next week.